Morning. Over the coming 15 days, I'm gonna attempt to cross the entirety of mainland Europe without flying. I'm gonna start in Tarifa, Spain, which is the southernmost point of mainland Europe, and try to get to the northernmost point, which is the North Cape in Norway. The distance between the two is 5,500 kilometers or 3,400 miles. I'm gonna use buses, trains and maybe boats. So let the mammoth journey begin. You join me at the Isla de Tarifa on the southernmost tip of Andalusia, Spain. And this little fortress behind me is the southernmost point of continental Europe. And it is also the starting point of my challenge. Tarifa is a very famous surfing town. Here you can see people windsurfing, and then we saw some kite surfers. And the mountains in the background over there are actually in Morocco. That is how close we are to Africa. And over there is the island where I just came from, but it is so windy out there and there's a lot of spray from the ocean, so it's not the best place to film. But yeah, let's go get a move on. Tarifa is actually a really pretty town. It's got a lot of historic architecture and of course beaches. Now, what are the rules for this challenge that I'm about to embark on? Well, there are only two rules. Rule number one, I'm not allowed to fly at any point during this trip. I have to get from here, the southernmost point, to the northernmost point of mainland Europe without flying. And then the second rule is that I'm not allowed to drive over a border by rental car, because otherwise I could just take a bus from here to Denmark and then get a rental car and drive to the North Cape. I mean, that would be very expensive and long, but it would be pretty easy. So taking public transportation will make this a lot more difficult. All right, now I am a bit lost. I have to go back to my hotel, which is inside this maze of medieval streets, and then I have to go get my bag and get out of here because it is 9 AM now. Today is day one of my Crossing Europe Without Flying challenge, and I want to cover as much ground as possible today. So yeah, let me just put the camera down. I have to find this hotel now. Alright guys, the challenge has now officially begun. Crossing Europe without flying in 15 days. I am now walking in the center of Tarifa, the southernmost town in Europe, and my goal for today is to get as far as Madrid. Now, to get to Madrid, I have to take a bus here in Tarifa to a place called Algeciras, which is about 45 minutes away. And then in Algeciras, I can get a train to Madrid. And that train takes about 5 or 6 hours because Madrid is about 650 kilometers away from here. So we are on the southernmost tip of Spain and Madrid is kind of in the middle. Now, I should also mention that I have not booked anything for this trip. I'm doing everything spontaneously. The only thing I have booked is my train ticket from Algeciras to Madrid, and I only booked that yesterday. And then I also got a hotel in Madrid for tonight because I'm gonna get there at around 8:30 p.m. so I don't think that I'll be able to move on. But yeah, I haven't booked anything for tomorrow or the day after or any other day during the challenge. I just have to get to Norway somehow. But first things first, I have to find a bus station here in Tarifa. Alright, we have made it to the bus station here in Tarifa and it is very small, as you can see, but I think that the bus leaves every half an hour from here. Now, I have to say that the scope of this challenge really hasn't sunk in yet. I am now gonna take a bus, and that bus should take about 45 minutes. I will then get to Algeciras, and then I will take a train. The journey will be about 5 or 6 hours, and then I will only be in Madrid. So if all goes well, I will be in Madrid tonight, and I will have done 650 kilometers, which is about 1/10 of the journey to the North Cape. So yeah, 1 day of traveling, 1/10 of the journey. The time now is 10:45 and the bus is gonna leave at 11 AM. So we should get to Algeciras at about 11:45, and that leaves me plenty of time before my train to Madrid. So far, all is well. First bus journey out of many on this trip. Hola, un viaje a Algeciras. Gracias. Right, we have made it to Algeciras. The bus station is over there and the train station is right next to it. The time now is about noon and my train is gonna leave at 3 p.m. So that means I got 3 hours to go and explore Algeciras a little bit. I've never been here before. This is a small city in Andalusia, close to Gibraltar. And yeah, I think we'll go have a look around. There must be some kind of main plaza here, like in any southern Spanish city. So I think I'll go look for that plaza and then maybe have some coffee. Oh wow, over there I can see a market. Let's go check out the market. Let's head inside. This is a pretty authentic local market. You got meat, different types of fruits and vegetables, and fish, of course. I mean, it is mostly food, but yeah, cool market here in central Algeciras. Now, I am looking for the plaza because I do want to sit down and maybe have a coffee somewhere, but not sure where the plaza is. This isn't a big city, it's about 100,000 people, I think, but you can see that it's not a very small village either. I mean, it's much bigger than Tarifa, and that's why it's got a train station with direct trains to Madrid. Right, I seem to be in the actual center of town now. This right here is the main plaza, and you can see all of this historic architecture and this beautiful church here. So yeah, this is Algeciras. We're just about 10 kilometers from Gibraltar here in the south of Spain. Now let's go find a place to sit down. Just sat down at a cafe here. I think I'm gonna have some coffee and then do some work on my laptop because there really isn't that much to do in this town. Alright, I got myself a Spanish ham and cheese sandwich and a coffee, and all of this together is 3 euros, which is pretty cheap, I have to say. The time now is 2 p.m. My train leaves in 1 hour, so I think I'm gonna head to the train station now. It's not like I'm missing out on something here in Algeciras. Right, I think we have found the train station. Should be this building right here. It says Entrada. Perfect. Right, the time now is 14:40 and my train is gonna depart in 23 minutes. So let's head to the platform. Now, I've been to Spain many times, including Andalusia, but I have never taken a train in Spain. Now, because I've never taken a train in Spain, I have absolutely no idea what to expect. I am in second class and I don't know if they have Wi-Fi, I don't know if they have a restaurant car, but I guess we'll find out together. So let's board the train now. The train now going through the Spanish countryside here, and yeah, I have to say this Spanish train is relatively comfortable and it departed bang on time. Now, there are 2 big negatives on this train journey. Number 1, the train doesn't have Wi-Fi, which I think should be standard these days in Europe, and number 2, you have to wear a mask in February 2023. I mean, seriously, Spain? Really? Right, let's go check out this restaurant car, see what they have. Right, I'm in the restaurant car now and I got told off for filming. So apparently I'm not allowed to film the restaurant car, but I am allowed to film the food. And I got this sandwich here, actually looks pretty good. And I also got some coffee. And yeah, their food selection here isn't very extensive, but it's only a 5-hour journey.
We look forward to welcoming you on board again.
Alright, we have made it to Madrid, Puerta Atocha. Now, my hotel is in a completely different neighborhood than this train station, so I have to find a way to get there. Maybe I'll have to take a metro or a taxi. Let's see. Out of the train station now, and to be honest, I can't be bothered to take another train to get to my hotel, so I'm just gonna go get an Uber. Apparently there is a pickup point somewhere here. Estoy haciendo un reto, cruzar toda Europa, del punto más al sur hasta el punto más al norte, sin tomar un avión. Eso es el desafío. Sin tomar un avión. Tren y bus y barco. Son 5.500 kilómetros y ya hice 600 hoy.
Muy bien, muy bien.
¿Qué piensas de esa idea? Es loco, ¿no?
No, loco no. Es muy buena idea.
Ah, qué bueno.
Tiene que salir, hacer la ruta.
Sí, sí, sí.
Yo me fui a Francia, Bélgica, a Holanda, pero la normalidad, para vivir la vida con la normalidad aquí.
Es mejor.
Yo siempre doy como... levanto la casqueta a los españoles por las normas lo que tienes. Tú nunca vas a un sitio, el último entras el primero. Primero, último. Así tienen las normas aquí,
Sí,
o sea, en España.
Sí.
Este país no me ha dado ninguna cosa mala, entonces no podría quejar.
Alright guys, we made it. The first day of crossing Europe without flying. We covered well over 600 kilometers today. That means there are only 4,900 to go. And yeah, now I'm gonna get some rest and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, morning guys. It is 8:20 AM, crossing Europe without flying, day 2, and I just had a good night's sleep here in Madrid. So yeah, now I'm gonna take a shower, get dressed, get breakfast, and then head into Madrid. Right, it is now time to leave the hotel, but I just quickly wanted to show you what I'm taking with me on this trip, because it is really not much. So I am crossing the entirety of mainland Europe with just these 2 bags. Let me show them to you. This one right here is a little crossbody bag, and in here I got mostly just stuff that I want to have within reach all the time. So I got a small vlogging camera, microphone, a GoPro, and a power bank as well. That's here. So yeah, this is just the camera gear that I always want to have in reach of my hands, so that if I quickly want to film something, I can take out a camera. So that is my small crossbody bag. And then here's my main bag. Let me show it to you. So this section is all just camera gear, and this is where the big camera that I'm currently filming on goes. Then here I got a universal travel adapter with 4 USB plugs, and then some more batteries, chargers, an extra lens, hard drives. So yeah, this is all camera gear. And then in here, in this part, I got all of my clothes. As you know, I am going to the Arctic Circle, so I actually need some winter gear as well. I got this down jacket here that you can pack into its own pocket, so it's quite small. And this is the secret for minimalist packing. If you want to pack light, you gotta take stuff that is foldable. And I got some winter socks, some extra t-shirts in there, and some extra underwear, but that is it basically. And then in this part of the backpack I got a book that I'm currently reading. It's called Hyperfocus, and then also a little journal. I like to journal from time to time. And then here I have my laptop. So the great thing about this bag is that you can load it from behind, but also from the top here. So here in the top section I got all of my toiletries, basically contact lenses, toothbrush, and then this goes in here, so it's always within reach. And then you just close it like this. Oh yeah, it's a great bag. It's made by a company called Wandered, and I definitely recommend this bag. But yeah, so I have this crossbody bag over there, and then this 31-liter backpack that extends out to, I think, 38 liters. So it's really not much, and this is all that I need to get from southern Spain to the Arctic Circle. Right, day 2 of crossing Europe without flying, and we are in Madrid, in a suburb called Getafe, to be exact, because, well, I booked this hotel 2 days ago and I couldn't find anything reasonable in the center, so that's why I came to this suburb. It's about 10 kilometers south of Madrid. So what's the plan for today? Well, we're gonna spend a few hours in Madrid, and then we are gonna leave the city, and we're also gonna leave Spain, because yesterday evening I actually booked the next steps on my route to the North Cape. The time now is 11 AM and I got a bus out of Madrid at 4:40 PM. So that leaves us around 5 hours to do some exploring here in Madrid. So let's go. Right, I am outside now in the center of Madrid, and I think I'm gonna head to a very famous park called Retiro, because the weather, as you can see, is absolutely fantastic. So let's go. Right, I am in the Retiro park now. This is a massive park right in the heart of Madrid, and on a sunny day like this is really one of the best places to come here. You have lots of different parts here, like family areas, picnic areas, some lakes, and also some kind of crystal building. And I've been here before, but I don't really remember what that building was, so I think I'm gonna go look for that now. This is the famous Crystal Palace. It's actually an art exhibition, I think, but I don't really have time to go inside. But yeah, this is the building that I remember from coming here a few years ago. Walking through this beautiful park actually gives me some time to reflect on this crazy journey that I'm about to undertake. So I came from the southernmost point of Europe, Tarifa, and I am now in sunny Madrid. And just a few days from now, I'm gonna be in Scandinavia, where it will be snowy and cold. So what's the most challenging aspect of doing this? Well, first, the difference between climates. As you can probably hear, I've already lost my voice and I'm only 2 days in. And that is because I was in 3 different climates over the last 5 days. So I started in London, and then I flew to Gibraltar, and then I took a bus to Tarifa, and then yesterday I started the challenge in Tarifa, and now I am here in Madrid, where it's colder again than in southern Spain. Now, the second really challenging aspect is actually not crossing Europe, but crossing Norway. Getting to Oslo is really easy because between here and there are lots of big cities with good connections. But then getting from Oslo to the North Cape without flying is really tricky. And I've not heard of anybody doing that on public transportation except for a cruise. I'm sure it's possible, but it's definitely not easy. So I guess I'll have to figure it out. But now let's enjoy Madrid for a few more hours before leaving. Now I do want to go get some food, but because I'm gonna spend the next 2 days on buses pretty much, I do need to retain my strength. So let's keep the food healthy. I would actually love to sit on a terrace because the weather is absolutely amazing. I sat down on a terrace here, and this is one of the best things about coming to Madrid in February. You can already sit on terraces, and they got these heaters over there, but that's because it's in the shade, because in the sun it's about 20 degrees, so yeah, pretty nice. The food has arrived. These are called Spanish cannelloni. I always thought that cannelloni were Italian, but apparently there's a Spanish version as well, and they are filled with mushrooms and meat. So let's see what they taste like. Pretty amazing, I have to say. Those cannelloni were superb. If you are in the center of Madrid and looking for some food, the Mercado de Ibiza is a good place to go. And this is the end of episode 1 of Crossing Europe Without Flying. I am now gonna head to the bus station, and then I'm gonna take a very long bus journey all the way to